Okay, we're ready now to make brownies. Chocolate brownies are amazing raw and really incredibly easy to make, like everything. What we have here to make our chocolate brownies are walnuts, dates, chocolate powder, and a little bit of vanilla and cinnamon. That's it. And maybe just a tiny pinch of salt, just to bring out the flavor. First I'm going to chop up some walnuts that are just going to get mixed in with the brownie dough. This is a totally optional step because some people don't like walnut chunks in their brownies, but I do, and I feel like doing it right now. So I'm just going to put those in the processor and just pulse chop them a little bit to break them up. You could easily use a knife and just chop through them too, just to break them up a little bit. And then I'm going to put those in our bowl here. With my fingers, I'm just going to scoop them out and kind of shake it so I'm not getting all the crumbly bits at the bottom, just the chunks of walnuts. And I'll leave all the little crumbs processed with the other ones, just a few. Okay, the S-blade is back on. This is just going to set aside. If you have any bigger bits, just break them by hand in half. That'll just be nice to mix in with it so you have a bite of walnut every once in a while. Okay, so our base is really walnuts and dates. And when you process them together a lot, it becomes a really smooth consistency. So we have 2 cups of walnuts and 2 cups of dates. And I'm going to put a cup of chocolate powder in. There are lots of good chocolate powders on the market now, good raw chocolate powders, cacao, which is a complete superfood. It's so good for you. Very beautiful, precious stuff. Antioxidant rating is just off the charts. It's supposed to be so good for you. I went without chocolate for the first, at least a year that I was raw. And then I heard about raw cacao. And then another year later, I was working right just a few feet away from the Chocosol guys who brought in tons and tons of cacao beans from wild organic trees to Toronto, and I was the luckiest girl on earth. It was just like a chocolate Latin party every day. It was great. Okay, so we have a cup of chocolate powder. That goes in. A half a teaspoon of cinnamon and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, I'm going to put the top on. It's going to take quite a while to process it again because I want it to get to be a real smooth consistency. But when it starts to ball up, that's exactly when I'm going to stop it, because if you keep it processing too long after that, it's going to get really oily and messy from the walnuts. So there's a time when it's good to stop. So this is the most important thing to know when making brownies. Putting the ingredients in is easy. There's like 5 ingredients. Okay, lid's on. Here we go. this point, when you see it starting to come up, that's when it's a good idea to keep an eye on it. I kind of walked away cleaning because I knew you could leave it for a little bit, but pretty soon now, I'm going to put another minute. It's getting chunky at this point. It's holding together. It's almost ready to form into a ball. Almost there. Okay, there we have it. It's just starting to form into a ball. Okay, you can zoom in here closely. What we want is the walnuts, so you don't really see the walnuts anymore and it becomes all brown and chocolatey. You can actually add a teaspoon or two of water too if you want it to be more, if you want it to be a more moist consistency. But we're almost there. And stop. It's forming a ball. I added about 1 teaspoon of water. Now the last couple seconds is what made the difference from seeing the walnuts to being a really smooth, chocolatey fudge consistency. And more than that, and you would have gotten really, it would have become more greasy. So it's kind of a fine line. And of course, we need to taste it. It's always good. Okay, so now I'm going to take the blade out and we're going to put it in our bowl and just mix the walnuts into it. This has beautiful natural oils in it, so we don't even need to oil the pan that we're going to put it into. So just have a nice clean pan. We don't need to oil it or anything. Those out of the way. I just press it into the walnuts, lift it up and flip it. Press the walnuts into it. And now it's ready. So now we need our pan. Okay, we've got a 9 by 9 inch square pan. We're going to take our brownies and press them in. Just smooth it out. We're going to make a creamy chocolate icing to go on this after too. First we'll press this in. Make it nice and flat on the top. Believe it or not, our icing is going to be even easier than our brownies. That's it, so easy. These are unbelievably good. It's easy to get addicted to them. But it's okay, because walnuts, nice healthy oil, and walnuts are so good for you. And chocolate. And you get a little bit of dates. Not bad, good natural sugar. If you're going to have sugar, that's the way to go. Just make sure you get lots of leafy greens in there. Tall green juice sometimes during the day. So it's totally guilt-free. Okay, so that's it. Our brownies. And now I'm going to go wash my hands and get ready to make a creamy chocolate icing to spread on top.